Thank you, sir, for watching. Thanks for being part of our world. We're going to talk to you about your personalized 7-step action game plan. You just can't build a game plan. You got to take action. You just can't sit on your butt. You got to go take some action. Do something, even if it's just okay. Do something if it's moving towards where you're going. Do something, get off your hiney and get going. Get off your assets and get them working for you. So we've created this brand new thing called the personal 7-step action plan. And you can go to the website and you can download your own. So simply go to the courses section and then pull it down to the free downloads and you can click on it and you can pull up your own. But I've got Daryl and Kath on with me right now, and they're kind of our little guinea pig group. So we're going to show you the new one that we've got, and you're all welcome to download this. So if you simply go to courses, then go to downloads, and then the free downloads, it's one of the very first ones. Now, if you're part of our group and you want it to be interactive where we can see it and we can make changes for it, we can update it for you as well, then send us a quick email at successandmoneyfoundation@gmail.com and we'll build one for you. And then we have the ability to be able to see what you're doing and we can give you the feedback. All right, Daryl, I want you to, and Kath, if you want to jump on there, I want you to share your screen. So the new software that we've created, and again, we're building a software, which is really, really cool. So the software itself is going to help guide you. Now, do you need software? No. Is it helpful? Massively, massively helpful. If you can get access to an internet cafe or a computer where you can print this, that's kind of nice because guess what? There's high touch and there's high tech. And then you do lots of stuff high tech, but if we can actually add some high touch to it, that makes it as good as well. So the first thing is you're going to do the 7 steps on the back of an envelope. It's got to be so simple you can do it on a napkin. I had lunch with a good friend of mine the other day. As we were sitting there, he pulled out a napkin that was sitting on the table and he drew out the 7 steps. So the 7 steps: make more money, separate it, give, invest, spend, multiple streams of income, wealth formula, 7 steps. So we're going to convert that into a game plan that we're going to be actionable of where we're going to go. So the first thing is we got to start managing our money coming in and money going out. And so Daryl's right here. Daryl and Kath are on here together. And you can see we're going to start filling this in. And I want all of you to be able to have access to that. So right now, Daryl's going to say, well, he's got a salary and he's making some money as a part-time adjunct with this wonderful group called Pathways. And he's got some extra income coming in. You'll see all the stuff in blue. Anything that's in white, you can change on the first 3 columns. Over there where it's the variable spending, you don't want to change any of that. It's automatically created for you. But on the first columns, A, B, and C, anything that's in white, you can add that. So Daryl, right now you have a salary coming in. Let's put a number in there of how much you're bringing in salary. And again, the purpose of this is to teach you how it works. We want you to have your own game plan. You got to get on the same game plan with your family. So Daryl, throw a number in there that you're showing that you're bringing in for a salary.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't care if this is pesos, I don't care if this is yuan or dollars or whatever it is. It's the percentages of what it is that we're looking for. Okay, good. So you got a salary. Do you have any money coming in from Pathway?
Uh-huh.
So right now you're showing that we're bringing in 27,000 pesos on a monthly basis. That is on line 8 right there. And then do you have any other income that's coming in? Does your spouse have a job or anybody else?
Yeah, there are other incomes, and let's say it's 1,500.
Okay, so right now the top line revenue, make more money. You're bringing in around 28,500 total. Most of that's coming from your salary. 88% of your money is coming from that salary. Your job is probably one of the greatest ways that you're going to build long-term financial freedom. Your job and your business are going to get you wealthy. Okay, all right. So that's the money coming in. Now, do you have money going out?
Yes.
Are you giving some away?
Yep. So for Give It, I am doing tithing, which is 10%. And then for Fast Offering, we are actually doing 500. And for the other offerings and other things that we're giving away, we're actually doing 300.
Okay. Perfect. So he's got money going out, and you can see there's $3,600. Now scroll up just a little bit, and you can see what's happening. So we had 2,800 coming in. We've got 36 going out. We got 2,400 left to figure out where we're going to put it.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. I love it. It's great.
So for our personal investment account, so I have my personal investment account and Kath has her own personal investment account. So we're putting in 1,500, and for our savings, we're putting in 600, and for the others, we're putting in 500.
Okay, so you're putting out about 2,600, about 10% of your top line revenue.
Mhm.
So that's a good goal. 10, 15, 20%. The real key to financial freedom is putting as much money as you can into step 4. Step 4 is the key here. Okay. Now you've got some fixed expenses. Now these are fixed expenses you're going to pay every month. There's not much to it. You've got to pay them and they're fixed expenses. So let's go ahead and put some of that in there.
So for our electricity bill, we are paying 2,500. For our water bill, we are paying roughly around 650. And for our internet, which is really fixed, 1,600. And for our mortgage, it's 5,000.
Okay. Now, is that principal interest? Does that have taxes and insurance on top of that?
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty
That's
much
your
it.
total, that's total everything. Okay, good.
Mhm.
Is there anything else monthly? Do you have any student loans or monthly bills that you got to make payments on loans?
Actually, yes. I'm calling it consolidated loan. So I'm paying consolidated loan for 1,250 roughly. And that's it. So for my total fixed expenses, it's 11,000. If I can go back to here, so I only have 11,250 because of my money out. These are my money out to give, total invest, and total fixed expenses. If this will be added, all of them will be 17,250. So my money out is 11,000. I mean, the money that's remaining is 11,250.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and for
Now
our
the variable, this is where a lot of people screw up is because they don't know how much money they have to spend or where they're going to be able to spend it. So the variable, the way we work that is that we usually have mom has some responsibilities traditionally, dad has some things traditionally that they're in charge of, and then you've got some other things. So right now, are there things, Daryl, that you kind of have to keep, you keep gas in the car and stuff like that? Do you have a little bit of money that really is kind of designed to you? My father-in-law taught me something very important. He says there's our money, and then there's our money together, and then there are expenses that my wife is supposed to do, and there's expenses I'm supposed to do. And my job is really to keep gas in the cars, keep them serviced, keep tires on them, whatever it is that I'm going to go do. And traditionally, she was a homemaker, and so her job was to keep kids in clothes and keep them food. And he didn't tell her what to do with that money. They decided how much it was on a monthly basis. They would give her that much money into her checking account, and then it was her job to manage it. You know, you can't nitpick your spouse over expenses. So you give them a budget and then get out of their way. So on this one, I'm going to put on there number one. So you got some gas and money. So let's just for fun on Daryl. Let's go put line 44. Let's put Daryl. That's Daryl's expense or Daryl, and then let's go down and put food. Let's put Kath on number 45 because Kath has stuff that she's got to do. Don't put Spa on it. They just put Kath.
yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Now you're going to go sign some numbers to those. Now, this kind of looks like a budget, but it's really not a budget. It's spending targets. These are our targets of where we want to go because life's a game and games are fun. Finance is a game and games are fun. Budget is a game and games are fun. So we're going to go play the game. You're going to have some mad money. Cool. I like that.
Yeah. So for our food, it's 3.5. Got, I think we're gonna cross out the floating right there, and our mad money is
Looks like you got how much you got left?
That's
Okay.
it.
All right. Money in, money out is the same. And you can see that on the very, very top in the top yellow, money in, money out. And in the blue, money in, money out. Now, if you want to make any changes to this, what's probably the most important thing you can do? We got to get more money into step 4. So are we spending money on anything? Are we spending money on stuff that's going down the toilet? Or do we want to put that, do we want to, instead of putting our money down the toilet, do we want to put it out into our money orchard? So the question is there anything that we can get rid of that we don't really want or don't really need? And can we get more money into your investment account? So Mad Money 750, you got food that's that. And again, you can put whatever you want in there, but the goal is now let's go figure out how to make that happen. And if we can save anything on a monthly basis, how do we get that up into step 4? That's key and that's crucial. All right, so right now this is where we're at. If you, just for fun, let's go down into the Mad Money. And just for fun, Daryl, let's change your expenses from 35 down to 3,000 and do the same thing with Kath. 3,000. Now that should give us an extra 1,000. So let's go put some more money into our what? To our investment account.
Investment account, yeah.
Okay, are we still in balance? Money in, money out's the same. Perfect. Okay, good. Now you'll notice that the thermometers that's in line F through M. So we took those things that were down in the variable expenses and now we put a thermometer to it. Your job, the thermometer, as you spend money, the thermometer goes down. So what we've got on here is we have a start date of November the 1st, and Daryl's got $3,000, Cass got $3,000, Mad Money 750, and food's 3,500. So you're going to print this, and both of you are going to have access to this. Now, as you're spending your money, you're going to print this, but as you're spending your money, guess which way the thermometer's going? It's going down. Okay. Now you'll notice that the day is over on line F and G, and the days are in competition with how fast you're spending that money. So right now, just for example, let's say that you've already spent a chunk of it and you've only got the $2,200 left right there. Let's make that red just for fun so you can see. And it happens to be November the 3rd. You're spending your money too fast. Your thermometer's going down faster than the month, right? That you're spending money too fast on there. Now, if it happens to be the 12th of the month, November the 12th, then the month's running out faster than your money there. So you're in great shape. Does that make sense? So as you're spending money, we're not going to go put this into a spreadsheet and everything else. What we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, you started with 3,000. We've spent about 700 of it. So we're down to about 2,300. And what day of the month is it? Well, if it's the 12th, we're doing great. The month's running out faster than our money. But if it's the 2nd of the month, then we're spending money too fast. So we got to make some adjustments. Now, you'll also notice as you scroll down to the bottom that every month has 35 days. Why? Because I'm pacing you like there's 35 days. So you should have a little extra wiggle room at the end of the month to be able to make sure that you've got some extra there. And you'll notice if you have some extra, what are you going to do? We're going to throw it into our savings account, or we're going to have extra money into our investment account.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can I expound this a little bit?
Absolutely. Yep. Do your thing.
So this money tracker is really awesome. Why? Because we can manage our money in one piece of paper. That's the essence of this. So, yung sinasabi po ni Tom, dito po sa money tracker po na ito, everything that's we are earning, we can monitor them out. Let's say, for example, ano po yung salary natin? If we're getting this much money, then that's it. So, what are we doing with our money? We have steps. Second is separate your money, then give it. What are the things that you are giving away? Say, for example, your tithing, your offerings, church or charity or whatever. And then step number 4 is yung investment account. How much po yung percentage that we are getting from our make more money here, dito po na napupunta sa ating investment account. And then fixed expenses, ito po yung mga talagang kailangan nating bayaran every month. And then this our variable, magkano na yung matitira? Ia-assign po natin every single peso or every single dollar here, dito, para mag-balance siya na zero. Ibig sabihin, all of our money are assigned. So kung meron tayong expenses, halimbawa kami pong mag-asawa, meron kaming expenses, ito yung allowance namin. So if that is our allowance, then pupunta na tayo dito po sa spending categories po natin na, di ba merong date po yan. Ayan, bawa bukas, November 1. November 1, my starting allowance is this. So kailangan I have to maintain my money, not kumbaga hindi dapat siya maging mabilis kesa sa mga days. We have to run out of days before running out of money. Let's say for example, sige po, mag-example tayo ulit. For example, November 1. So bukas marami tayong pupuntahan, pupunta ng sementeryo or kung saan. Tapos bigla tayong gumastos and our money went down, no? Bumaba po yung pera natin. Imagine, November 1 pa lang, ang pera natin ito na lang. So that's kind of like a disaster, no? That's parang disaster po 'yon. Our main goal is to run out of days. Let's say for example, November 20 na. November 20 na, but my money is still this. So, goods po yun. Mas maganda po yun. It means, ang purpose lang po nito is we will be able to track our expenses. Okay? O, let's say for example, it's 28th of the month. And my money and my thermometer is here. Meron pa akong 14.57. Natapos na yung month. Okay? Our month is over. We still have, let's say, this much money. So, saan po natin ilalagay ito? We can put this into our personal investment account or savings or others na pwede po nating mapalago. And then, another month will come at uulitin po natin ito. Yan, money in, money out, fill out, ito yung mga expected expenses. Ayan. Which means, napapractice po tayo, we're having the habit of managing our finances in one piece of paper, and at the same time, yung pong mga excess, yung mga matitira, we can put those into our money orchard. Okay? Ganun po siya. So if we have this kind of money tracker, yung pacing po natin in managing our finances, mas madali. We can tell ourselves that, oh, I have to stop spending kasi I am running out of money rather than running out of days. So, okay, it's the 13th. It's the 13th. November 13th po tayo ngayon, and my money is down here. Okay? So I have to tell myself, okay, I'm going to stop spending until 18th. Until 18th para maging balance po sila. Then here comes the 18th day, 19, 20, 20, 25th, and then if your money is still here, then you are in good shape. You are running out of days than running out of money. So, ganun po yung ibig sabihin nitong money tracker po na ito. Ganun siya kaganda. We'll be able to see, we'll be able to manage, we'll be able to, save some money that we can put into our investment account. Back to you, Tom.
Good. So that's the first thing. Now, as we flip this page over, you can see that we have all these new 7 steps, and we have some ideas and stuff for you. So you can put these in yourself. But the way it works is basically, here's the 7 steps. Here's some ideas of things you can do. There's some classes that are available for you, but you're going to go in and you're going to go put the action step that you want to do this month. Okay. So for example, on his job on line 81, he wants to ask for a raise. Now, when he asks for a raise, there's some classes that you can learn about the correct way to ask for a raise. And guess what? If they say no, did that hurt? No, it doesn't matter. Can he get a promotion? If you ask and they say yes, great. If you don't ask, they're always going to say no. So it's okay to ask. And then there's some different action steps that's going to help him do that. So we're doing that with classes, and we're doing with each of the 7 steps. Now, the real key to this thing is to go down to the seventh step, the net worth. So our goal is to figure, your goal is to figure out where you are financially. And then from there, make some plans. So you'll notice right here on line 120, on 127 that he's got a home. And what's the value of that home? If you needed to sell that home in the next 90 days, how much could you sell it for? And you're showing that being at 2.5 million.
5 million.
Okay. He's got a motorcycle that is at 75,000. He's got a laptop. He's got an investment account. He's got a high yield savings account, and he's got other. Now you'll notice that we put a percent by it because are any of these going up in value?
Mhm.
So just for curiosity, is your motorcycle going up in value?
No, it's going down.
So put the 0 on there or a minus. You know, it's a minus. It's not making you money. So it's not, there's no your laptop is probably making you a lot more successful because you have access to it. You've got a high yield savings, you've got an investment account. Over time, what do you think that your investment account is going to do? Probably 8 to 12%, probably, right?
12%. That's right.
So this is what we're hoping our money's going to make for us. You've got a high yield savings account. You don't have your money just sitting in some savings account. You've got it into a high yield account, and you're making 5.2% on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take all of your assets, you got 2.6 million, 2.7. Now, is real estate getting more expensive?
It is.
Yeah. Now, the rate of return is a little tricky here because it's really how much money do you have invested and how much is that money making you? So if you had say 30,000 as a down payment and the property goes up 30,000, you made 100% on your money.
Mm-hmm.
If you put $30,000 in and it made 30,000, what's your rate of return? 100%. This is why real estate is so good. If you put $30,000 as a down payment and the property goes up 30,000 in value, your 30,000 turned into 60,000 or you 2x'd it. That's why it's so important for you to understand we've got to invest in assets that go up in value. Now, the flip side to that are your debts. So let's scroll down to your debts and let's take a look at that. And right now you've got a loan on here and you owe $36,000 on your loan, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the good news is it's a low interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
And right now the monthly payment's $1,260. And so right now it's on track to take 30 months to pay that off.
Exactly.
But you're flushing 1,397 pesos down the toilet. You're paying them in interest. The only plus to that is that your high yield savings account is making 5% and it's costing you 3%.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a plus. You're making a spread. You're the bank. You're acting like a bank. You're borrowing it at 3 and you're making 5. You're making 2% on your money. Now, Dave Ramsey would say, I hate debt altogether. I just pay it off. And then I would take that extra income and I'd do something else with it. So what's nice about this new system here is you can see that he's got 36,000 in debt at 3%. But if he comes over there into column I, he could say, hey, you know what? If I change that from 1,260 to 2,000, I'm going to pay that in 18 months. I'm going to save $516 or pesos, and I'm going to save 11 months on it.
Mm-hmm.
See how cool that is?
Yeah, because the total interest is lower compared from paying the default price right here.
Yep. So your total interest in G is 1,400, and if we increase the payment, we're only going to pay 800 in interest. You're going to save 500 in interest, and we're going to save 11 months.
That's really important because saving money and saving time is really important.
So Daryl, if you had that same $30,000 in your account at 1%, so let's go over on line 131. If that was at 1%, I'd be taking that money and I'd be paying off that number right there
Exactly.
because you're only getting a 1% rate of return. If you're putting that, if that money's sitting in your account, a checking account at 0, and you're paying out 3%, we'd probably just pay that off, wouldn't we?
Really soft. That's right. That's exactly right.
So you can see we can start playing these games. Now you've got a mortgage for 700,000. It's at 6.3%, and you're making payments on it at $5,000 a month. And you got basically 20 years to pay it.
Exactly.
But you're going to pay in interest 568,000. You're going to pay almost as much in interest as you did for the house.
Yeah. So every time that I pay, I'm just paying for the interest, not to the principal of the mortgage of my house.
So some of it's principal pay down, but most of it, especially in the first handful of years, is all going to interest. So if we increase the payment over on I from 5,000 to 8,000, it's only going to take 117 months, which is basically 10 years. You're going to save over on interest saved $328,000. Go to the next one. So you're going to save $328,000 and you're going to save 10 years.
That's 10 years.
10 years that you, instead of putting that money down the toilet, we're going to take that money and make it work for us. Now, the good news is real estate usually appreciates in value, so that there's some pluses to that. But where you get really bad stuff is when you start getting all this interest, this credit card debt at really high rates. What's a motor loan? What's that?
Well, for the motor loan, if say for example, I right now I don't have a motor loan. This is just example from earlier, but for motor loan, it's kind of like a car loan.
Okay.
No,
okay, so that might be for a car loan. And again, the Dave Ramsey school is kill the little one first. So that 36,000 one, kill that first, even though the interest rate's lower. And then we're going to take that extra money, that extra 1260, and we're going to put it towards the second debt.
Pay this off, right?
So what we would do, if I was to look at this in order, in fact, if you scroll over to the right, you're going to see where it says pay off in order. So scroll to the right just a little bit, pay off order. So pay off order, that would be number 1 right there. And then the motor loan would probably be 2, and then the house would be 3. And so the Ramsey side of the world would say, pay off that 36,000, and then take that extra money and go someplace else. In this example, I would probably go after the $50,000 loan first. Why? It's a little bit higher interest rate, and I'm doing okay keeping it at 3%. So I would attack the motor loan first, and then I would go after the debt, and then I'd go after the mortgage. Now, just for fun here, I want you just for fun, go down to line 146, for example. And I just want you to put credit card in there. I just want to show how ugly that the credit cards are. So credit cards, let's say put 100,000, so it's easy math. And then put it at 18%. Now, on a loan, you need to pay about 2% a month of the overall debt. So you put 2,000 in there. Let's see if it calculates. 2,000 on the monthly payment. Okay, so on this one, it's saying that it's going to take 93 months. Go change that number to 1,500. I'm curious. Okay, it won't calculate it. So put 1,700. All right, so that's a 10-year one. If you put it at 1,600, I'll bet you that baby's going to go to like 30 years. Look at that. It's going up to 15 years. Put it at 1,550. So you can see at a credit card, go change the interest rate from 18 to 21%. And then go change that payment again to 1,600. Go to 1,700. And if it's 0, it's not going to calculate.
50.
There you go. So that one's not going to calculate. Look at that, because it's paired. Go change it to 1,800. There you go. There's 207 months. It's going to take you 15, 16 years, and you're going to pay $271,000 in interest.
Oh, wait.
But if you go over to the new payment, instead of 1,800, let's go put it at 2,500. Look at that. You're going to save 193,000. This is the game, guys. This is the game you're playing. This is the game. So we're going to put all of our debts. Money's a game and games are fun. Finance is a game and games are fun. This is fun. This is fun, especially if you're on the top side where you've got real estate that's making you money. When I was a kid, my dad told me that some people make so much money off their real estate, their investments, and their small business, they don't have a job. I don't have a job. I live off all those things right now. And I'm spending all my time in giving the money away. And in step number 3, charity work. That's where I spend all my time because my investments are making me enough money to live off of. All right. So let's go get rid of that credit card debt. That one sucks. So let's take that out. Just put zeros on them. Don't, yeah, there you go. So you can see how easy this is. So you can see how easy this is. And so what I want you to do is as you scroll up just a little bit, Daryl, you can see this is your plan. Here's how you're going to, here's the action items that you want to be able to do to make more money, to save money. What are you going to do playing this game to get out of debt and get your money making you money? So Daryl and Kath, come on here. This ought to be interesting. Kath, come on out here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's spotlight Kath if we can.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
All right, Kath, you're on. Oh my gosh. Now you guys are a great team. One of the greatest compliments I ever got from my wife's family. That they said that LaDon and I were a good team. We're a good team because we're on the same page. This gets all of you on the same page. You can discuss, you can create a plan. I don't care what the plan is, as long as you're on the same page. Where friction happens and where divorce happens is because you're chasing two different things. You're on a soccer team together, but you're not playing together. You're not passing the ball. You're not working together as a team. So if you'll work together as a team, you can make this work. And what's nice about this is that now you can print 2 copies of it. And you're all on the same team and we're moving forward. And it doesn't matter if you do it exactly, but you know what the play is. This is the play. This is the play of what we're doing and how we're going to get there. Kath, give me some feedback because you guys have been doing this for a little while. Tell me how this has made an impact in your world.
Oh, this is really good for us because we improve. Like, for example, we know where the money goes. So, for example, like me, if I spend something, we have a record because I'm sure record is so important for us because maybe like me, I forget easily. So if I forget, I don't know what happened to my money or to our money. But because of this, we have a record. We can track our money where it goes. Daryl and I, so we are in the same page. So I agree to Tom that we are to be a good team and Daryl and me and to have a same page always. Because like in variable spending, because we can adjust, we can talk about it, what can we improve next time, what I'm going to do in my money, if I'm going to save it, additional in my investment account. So it was very helpful for us. So I think this is a good start. So if our money is like this, when we are ready in the future, when we make more money, we know what we're going to do. And I love this money tracker, and I feel I'm excited. So it's like a game that I will see how I spend and Daryl for the month. So it's really good.
Has it brought you two closer?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because if there are things that I would like to buy and it's not in the budget, Kat will just remind me that hey, that's not yet in the budget. Probably we can do that next month. And I'm gonna say that yeah, that's true, and we'll do that some other time. So yeah, we're reminding each other because of this money tracker.
Yeah.
It gives you the freedom to say no.
See that again?
It gives you the freedom to say no
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
things.
That's and all the no's are coming from my wife because there are things that I am, sometimes I'd like to buy, but because of the money tracker, there's a no which I really adhere. I'm submitting myself to this because it's not on the budget. And if I go over our budget, then we're screwed. And I don't like that to happen. So
So the question is, what's more important? Stuff in the variable spend or the interest you're paying on a stupid credit card or something like that, or getting that money into your investment account and getting your house paid off?
the latter,
Getting
the
our
latter,
money in the investment account.
Okay,
the
is that
account,
more important than buying that motorcycle that you might have to have one for work, but an extra one because
yeah,
So we
is it going up in
we can
value?
hold the gratification, we can hold for the better in the future.
I would rather be grateful to have a free and clear home. I'd rather be grateful to have money in my investment account than I would be for an asset that's going down in value.
Yeah.
that's true.
Your motorcycle might be a necessity to get you to work and you can make more money because you go to work. But if you got stuff that you're buying that's just sitting around losing money, there's two things you can do. You can take your money and you can rip it up and drop it down the toilet, or you can take your money and put it out with your money orchard.
Hmm.
You get to choose which one you want. I can go multiply this by planting it out in my garden, in my orchard, or I could just rip it up and flush it down the toilet. Because that's the two options.
Exactly. And actually this money tracker and especially this one, it's giving us the mindset that hey, we have to put our money into our investment account, to our savings account, so that will be beneficial in the near future and for the next generations to come. And I am always fond of buying, shoes, Nike shoes. But because of the money tracker and because of the mindset, because of the lessons that we're learning from the foundation, instead of buying shoes, I'd rather now buy a company, which means I have to invest in stock market. Instead of buying the shoes from Nike, then I would like to buy the company, be part of the,
I want to
owner.
buy Nike. I want to own some Nike stock,
Exactly. Instead of having,
which you do when you put it in the S&P 500. You own it. You're a Nike owner already.
instead of buying, a pair of shoes every month, then I'd rather buy the whole company thing. Not literally the whole company, but I am investor. I own part of that company. I own part of those shoes worldwide because I have invested into their company. So
I think the
Yeah.
big thing for everybody is that this is how you keep score in the game. You're all playing a game. If you're alive, you're in the game. You're going to make, manage, and spend money your whole life. And the good news is you're going to have millions of dollars go through your fingertips. The bad news is most of them are going to die broken in debt because what are you doing? You're flushing the money down the toilet instead of planning it out in your money tree. Money's like liquid, and you're gonna dump it down the toilet, dump it down the drain, or you're gonna go water your money trees. What's most important? And so this will help you get there. And so
Exactly.
that's why this is created. You can, Daryl, just go to the Success and Money Foundation for a second. Go click on your tools right there. And then go to courses, number 2. Pull it down to free books, number 7. And then I'm sorry, pull it down to the free books and courses, and then you got to go touch it and then pull it down to downloads.
okay.
Okay, there it is, my action plan and checklist right there. So you can go here, and do it. And then when you click on it, you'll notice that it is going to pull up. And then the very first one on the very bottom, which is the money tracker and the 7 steps one page. Start on an envelope, start tracking your money, figure out what you're going to do for the month and the long term. Okay, good. So guys, that's what I'm going to invite you to do. This is how you keep score, and money's a game and games are fun. And if you want to have a happy life, have a happy wife. And if you want a happy wife, figure out what she wants. Kath, do you want a free and clear home or do you want some new Nike shoes?
Home.
Okay. Do you want to have some money in your investment account or do you want some Nike shoes?
Investment account.
Are you willing to wait? Are you willing to get your money working for you so that eventually you can do whatever you want? And you can buy any dang shoe you want.
Yeah.
See, that's
So
it.
I'm willing to wait.
Once you, it's, do I want 3 marshmallows in a month or do I want 1 marshmallow right now? Well, take the 3 marshmallows. All right. Thanks, everybody. Go to the site, download it. You're welcome to use it. Make a difference, make it happen. Remember that every life is precious. Everybody, thanks for watching.